Welcome back to the After Dark podcast where we discuss topics that are none of our business. It's your boy Black Mike on the mic. We got Big Stir up top. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow on audio platforms. Give us 5 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars. Give us stars. We do not care. We want stars. Yeah. And we're back, baby. So how you feeling? Because I'm feeling fucking I'm feeling fan-fucking-tastic. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Emphasis on the fan. I'm doing all right, man. I'm hanging in there, doing what we got to do. It's getting towards the end of the year, trying to settle some things. So we're in a good spot before the end of the year. I will say, before we get into the topics here, I think it's really important. So as I've gotten older, right? Every year goes by, we get older. We're 26 now, both you and I, which is a blessing to already, be at this age and still be healthy and, be able to do the things that we can do. But I took a, I was talking to a friend of mine. I was even telling my mom yesterday, I was talking to her. I'm not big on like New Year's resolutions or anything like that. I'm not because you know how those go, right? You know how those go. 1 week, you're in the gym, and the next week you're not. Everybody knows the week after New Year's, that gym is fucking insane. If you go to a public gym, your gym is about to be fucking packed. Shout out you. And even my gym in my apartment will probably be packed, So, FYI, I'm not saying anything like that, but I made 4 things that I wanted to focus on this upcoming year, and I want y'all to hold me accountable. I want Mike to hold me accountable to it, to the best of my ability, and all the people that I tell this to hold me accountable to it. 1, I said, there's 4 things. These 4 things are going to be able to line me up to have the best year that I've had in a very long, probably in my entire adulthood, and lead it on into my 30s and give me a good foundation. 1, to get physically better. That means growing strength, build the physique that I want, feel healthier physically. I'm not talking about the mind here at all, right? Then we got mentally. I want to work on my own things I got going on mentally. Everybody struggles with things internally, bro. So we got to be real with that shit, Like, be honest with yourself, look intrinsically. And I think I'm already doing a good job of that. This year was a hard year. So, I think I'm doing a good job of that. Then we got emotional. I want to make sure I had a hard year on that side of things. So, I want to make sure I'm emotionally where I need to be. Be able to be available, not just available for a partner, just available as a person, be present as a person. And then lastly, financially be in an even better spot, being even more responsible than I already am, and set that foundation, like I said, to move into my 30s. So when I am looking to have a kid or I am looking to marry a woman, whatever the situation may be, buy a home, etc., move, I'm ready for it. I feel like I have the foundation in place to continue working on those things to do so. So I wanted to go and put that as something I'm thinking about, something I'm super excited about to really get rolling. A couple things to go roll my way here in the next few weeks, and I'll be all right. And everything will be amazing. But other than that, man, I'm feeling okay. Like I said, I could always be better. And honestly, man, I could always be so much worse. But I'm here. I'm still doing my thing. I'm trying to live, do what we can, So that's how I'm feeling, my guy.
No, I love that, man. If you want somebody to hold you accountable, we will hold you accountable on this podcast. And one thing I will say to you, too, is when people have New Year's resolutions, I say I think you should start your New Year's resolutions in December. That's the best way to roll it in, because January is when you're going to feel that motivation. The start of the New Year, new me, everyone falls into that pit, right? So that's when you're going to get that motivation. That's when you're going to be highly motivated. If you're already incorporating the things that you put in your New Year's resolution, you're 2 to 3 weeks into it already. See, the hardest part is finding the rhythm. Anything you do, I know you're back in the gym. One thing that you notice when going to the gym is you go 2 days in a row, and it's kind of like you're addicted to it. You love it. The hardest part was just getting yourself to start and go. I don't know why, but it's always daunting. There's never a good time. It's never a right time. I'm too busy. You go, and then and it's not just going that one time. You got to go, and then the next day you got to go again. And then once you go that next day, now your mind you're already telling yourself like, I work out. That's how our mind works. So you've gone 2 days in a row and now you're like, oh, I work out. I'm a gym head. I'm a gym body. I'm a meathead. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you already adopt that identity because you went 2 days in a row, and you'll find that it's easier. So if you get that extra boost of motivation with New Year's and you already got a routine down, it's probably something that can aid in it being a lifestyle. And then lastly, for your 4 things that you said, which I think are like you said, the 4 things that can align you to have the best year if you can get those things in cohesion. And they're not going to be perfect, but working on them in itself will help. But I would say get like concrete. Like you say, you want to be physically fit. What does that look like? What are you trying to do? You trying to like have a bigger chest, noticeable chest, arms, blah blah blah. You want to be more financially stable. What are you trying to do? You trying to save $10,000? I would put like concrete things in there because then it's very straightforward. Did you do it or did you not do it? Are you on pace or are you not on pace? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
cut and dry,
Cut and dry, Yeah, but that's awesome, man. So I think what we can do too is when it comes around to New Year's, we can create, you said 4 things. So we'll just do that. 4 concrete goals for the year, and then we'll revisit that at the end of next podcast. And y'all can hold us accountable. Y'all, you know what? We can make it interesting. Throughout the year, put in the comments whatever we think is the best one, the craziest one. Like if we come here and we're not able to prove that we did what we said we were going to do, then we'll do whatever that comment is. So we're making a bet to our audience, right? A bet to our audience.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it's cool. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and get into the show. That was dope. Sterling's feeling good. I'm obviously feeling good. You're all lucky that it's content over everything for me because I would dead ass hop on this bitch, not even get the intro, and just start talking about the Cowboys for 40 minutes. 40 minutes straight because I got shit in the tuck ready to go. I'm like John Wick. It's Wick, man. I can go crazy. I'm going to go crazy. But no, I digress. Not everybody wants to hear me start off with the Cowboys at the beginning of the year. So we're going to do something that most people are probably listening to because it's on pace to do 190,000 units in the first week, and that is Pink Tape 2 by Nicki Minaj. And it's a big album. It's kind of a big deal. It's one of the more anticipated albums. I personally think that the original Pink Tape is my favorite Nicki Minaj album. I think she plays that, pop rap mesh really well. She's a very female Drake in that aspect. Doja Cat reminds me a lot of Nicki Minaj in that, right? So I think there's a lot of cool stuff on this album. I know I didn't listen to it in full. I know Sterling didn't either. But from what you did hear, what are your thoughts?
Obviously, in my opinion, from just the little bit that I did listen to, Nicki Minaj is always going to deliver on her side of things and be able to rap and, somewhat tell a story and be fun with it, right? I did more or less one of the things that I noticed, and it's going to kind of go to begs the question here on, when we kind of get into comparisons between herself and, someone like a Cardi B, the type of impact he makes outside of her music. So obviously, Nicki Minaj is the most talented female rapper there's ever. I don't think that should even be up for debate. And if it is, you need to just go and check yourself into
the psych ward because no one else is trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, you need to go and check yourself into a psych ward, figure out what the hell is going on with you because I know something's not right up in the head. With that being said, the little bit I heard, I can tell Nicki hasn't lost a step, but at the same time, I also realized that even with a few of the features, like I listened to the J. Cole one a little bit, obviously the Drake, you've got, and I listened to the Uzi one. Those are the 3 that I remember listening to, just because they have 3 of the artists that you're going to look at the most, obviously. And that being said, I've always realized when it comes to Nicki, she's kind of like has this thing with kind of like how J. Cole does, where she'll come on a track and she's trying to just like make sure they know it's her track, more or less. They want to like she don't mind bringing you on the track, but like she gonna be like, nah, this is my track, this is my album, this is me. He's not like Drake, and there's nothing wrong with Drake where, you know, Drake does his thing, he runs numbers, he makes millions, we all know Drake's great. He's not going to take his back seat all the time. But I do agree with you. I think the original Pink Tape is still her best album. I think Nicki Minaj is still in a space now from a female rapper standpoint where she really can't do any wrong, in my opinion. And there's not a lot of women in the game that can match what she has to offer or the ability she has to do. So that's my initial thought. I mean, I'm sure you kind of have your piece on it, but I know that when it comes to me and overall how I see, like, for example, I don't know, it's, like I said, it's going to lead us into the question, but there's a girl I follow. She went to a Nicki Minaj concert back in 2011, bro. 2011, and she's already purchased the tickets after this album dropped. The tickets dropped for the tour. Already purchased the tickets for May. I think it's May. I want to say it's sometime in May that she's running wherever she's at. And like I see a multitude of girls doing the same thing, like posting a picture from when they were at a Nicki Minaj concert years ago. Like,
well, that's what she does. She's got the hold on, especially the girls from our generation and up.
Yeah,
she's got those women held by the fucking chain, whatever you want to, by the bra strap, right? Like they're not going anywhere. They're loyalists. The Barbies, and I also like in this album too. It kind of like I feel like it should have came out earlier. This should have came out during all the Barbie hype. This shit would have went crazy. It would have went absolutely nuts if she synchronized this album with the Barbie hype. She's got the whole Barbie wave. She's the original Barbie. She had the track with Ice Spice on the album. It would have been cool had she, like, maybe a month after the movie came out, dropped this album, or maybe when she caught wind that it was coming out, dropped it right before, and when the movie's going crazy, your songs are, like, kind of fluctuated in that hype. I think she kind of missed the opportunity in the window with that. And one thing that's kind of weird to me, too, is, like, the timing of this album. A lot of these songs sound like warm weather songs. The Drake Needle song sounds like warm weather. Everybody sounds like something that, you want to be outside for. And right now, people are bundled up. They're not really outside. So I think that this album will grow. Like, I think what we're seeing now is just like, this is just off the strength of Nicki. I'm putting an album out, gets you 190K first week off of Nicki, just alone. But what we're going to see, everybody's going to do numbers. That song's going to go crazy. That shit's going to work. That's TikTok ready. That's club ready. That shit's going to go absolutely nuts. I think Fuck the Club Up, FTCU, that's on that album. That is like your typical Nicki Minaj spitting bars. I'm the baddest bitch, which is one of the reasons why I think Nicki is head and shoulders above all you rapping hoes. All you rapping hoes. And I know people I'm going to catch flack. Like, why you calling them hoes? Because they are hoes. Okay? I don't call females hoes. I call hoes hoes. And most of them other rapping chicks are hoes. I'm just going to put it how it is. That's how they brand themselves. That's what's in their songs. Nicki, she got that in her bag, but that's not, she coming for y'all's neck. She really about that MC life. This ain't no pop my pussy twerking shit and I'm just gonna get famous off of being hot type shit. Like, nah, Nicki, she can do that. She's hot and she's gonna come for your fucking neck. Stay in your Tory lane. I'm not Iggy. That one, Meg, bro. Meg, go ahead and crawl up somewhere because you done pissed off Nicki and you do not want that smoke. You are easy lick because you can't rap. Nicki really look at y'all as easy licks because y'all can't rap. So, like, what are you going to say back to her? All y'all can do is post some shit on Instagram, act mad. Like, niggas, she don't care about that. Get on your track and out-rap her. You're not finna do it. I think there's a lot of good shit on this album. I really like the song with J. Cole. That beat is crazy to me. I think it's vibey. And obviously, J. Cole does what he does. Haven't listened to the album in full, but I can hear what it could do. You know, like you can hear it. Like there's a lot of sampling. I got a gripe with all the sampling going on in the music industry right now. I think it's being overdone.
Yeah, it is.
There's some good ones in here, but it's like that used to be left for like, especially the really noticeable samples. Like it used to go for samples that, you know, oh, you had to go and try and dig. What is that? What is that? Like everyone's grabbing these samples that are hits on their own.
It's like the old 1980s. Oh, we don't know that, right?
Yeah,
like, we don't know that. Well, I mean, to talk about samples and talk about my boy Tory. Fuck you, Meg. Tory on his late, or I guess I don't know if that was his latest album. Whatever that album was, I can't remember the name. Was called had Lavender, Sunflower, and fucking bangers. Honestly, they had fucking bangers on that album. I ain't gonna cap.
Yeah.
But all those songs were basically samples of like popular 80s, late, early 90s like mixes. Most, if not all of them, were mixes of it. And that's why one song in particular on that album, I think if you go on Spotify, and I don't mean to make this about Tory Lanez since you brought him up, but Tory's my nigga, so I can't really be like letting that shit slide. The Color Violet's the name of the album, or Alone at Prom. I'm sorry. Enchanted Waterfall. Yeah, Enchanted Waterfall. You can't even listen to it on any platform except for YouTube on the music video. Because Madonna Mark struck it down because apparently the beat, like that sample, he didn't get permission or didn't go through the right hoops or whatever. Like,
it's a crazy game when you start sampling them records. Did you hear that Kanye sample? The leak. No, he had a new leak where he just kind of showed like the intro into one of his songs, and he sampled the Backstreet Boys, and it came in, it was like everybody, and then the beat dropped.
They gonna get. Hey, look, if he ain't paid them already or asked for permission, they gonna get they bread. JT and the boys gonna get they bread because nobody's relevant except for.
That's probably why he leaked that shit, because they probably won't clear it, and he leaked it so he could show like what that shit would do. Like, hey, bro, if you want a cut of what you see all these people tweeting about this, you can get your 20% if you clear this motherfucking sample. And them Backstreet Boys need it, because I don't know.
JP's the only one that's relevant, bro. JP's the only one that can stay relevant. He ain't even relevant, but he's the only one that can become relevant.
And JT probably like, hey, y'all fuck niggas, we clearing this. That's Kanye, bro. JT like, this my nigga Kanye, we clearing this shit. I don't know what y'all on. Y'all wildin'. But I'm sorry, we kind of got a little bit off topic here. Because what I wanted to ask, with everything going on with Nicki, we know what Nicki does when she steps out. This was an anticipated album. We know how versatile she is, right? So we also know, this is no secret, this is no headline that we're doing. We're not speculating. Her arch nemesis in the game is Cardi B. There's Nicki Minaj and there's Cardi B. These are the two rapper females in the game that, you know, and depending on what you want to label Doja Cat as, like I would prefer to keep her in like a rapper pop lane than just rapper lane. But, you know, we're gonna throw her to the side. It's Nicki and Cardi B. Cardi B's dropped one album. It was absolutely amazing. It broke records. It's done everything it possibly could. She's the Lauryn Hill of rap. And she has a long-anticipated sophomore album. We've been pushing it back. She's been dropping singles after singles. To put in perspective how long it's been taking and how many singles she's been dropping and the length between those singles and album, one of the tracks on the album will be WAP. That feels like a whole fucking lifetime ago. One of the tracks on the album is going to be WAP. But with her album coming out, it leaves me with, and you know, the competition between these two ladies, it leaves me to ask, who's going to make the bigger impact? Is Nicki, does she still have her fucking heel on this game? Or is Cardi B really the, you know, predecessor? Did she take the throne and now she's sitting on it? Who's going to make the bigger impact? Because they're both coming in a relatively close time frame, and now we can actually judge who's got it like that.
When it comes to volume, I think nowadays volume is very important. Because of the short attention span of a majority of this generation, and really not even just a majority of the generation, majority of the planet, because in the highly technological age that we live in now. And when you talk about volume, Cardi B puts out more volume, like typically in a sense, right? And Nicki drops. I mean, when she dropped the project's good. It's going to have good amount of volume songs to take out of it to use for. Now we have to say, what's a TikTok song? What's not a TikTok song? What's a radio banger? What's just going to be a club banger? We have to start differentiating it that way. It used to be like, what's a radio banger? What's the club banger? We didn't even consider TikTok or like, oh, this is going to be for the next trend. Or whatever. Like, it used to be 2 categories, my guy, and then there were 3 categories. It was the radio hit, club hit, and then throw her away. Like, that was it. Skits, as you would say.
Yeah.
But now you could put that has played. Honestly, gives Cardi not an advantage, but it gives her. I guess it does give her an advantage.
Yeah, it's an advantage. It gives her an advantage.
It gives her a leg to lean on because there's more places to go into. Because like. Cardi doesn't have to make a whole good song. It could be one verse or one chorus bar that can literally make the song go crazy. Like, that's it. You don't need anything more than one bar. One bar. First person shooter mode. Like, it could be anything. So,
and Cardi's and because of her volume, she's more aligned with the youth. And we all know the youth drives music, sales, like it's all based off. You got the youth, you live a lifetime, which is why Taylor somehow has, figured out a way to capture the youth in every generation. And that's why she's reaping those benefits now. So
Taylor Swift's some kin to the devil, bro.
She did some wild shit. I don't know who did it.
I don't know what she did, but I might need to hop on that shit because whatever she got.
Somebody get some Vaseline for Taylor's knees, because I don't know how long she's been on those shits to get where she at right now. That's crazy. That's wild.
I don't know, but yeah, that's my take on it. I don't think it's necessarily answering the question directly, but I think in a sense in this generation we can look at it a certain way just as much as somebody else can look at it a different way, or we can both look at it a different way. I still think Nicki's going to put out the better quality, but it's how do you define quality nowadays? How do you define? Is it definitive? Is it even a definitive statistic to use to differentiate artists from one another?
Well, I have a hot take. I think Cardi B is going to flop on her sophomore album. And not flop in the sense of numbers. Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, when we say flop with those people, we're not talking about numbers. They're going to do numbers off the strength of the name itself. We can't just sit there and say, this sold that, so this is hot. Off the name alone, you see Nicki Minaj's name, you see Cardi B name, you see Drake name. Any of those type of upper echelon artists, when we see their name, we're going to click on it. Like, that's got nothing to do. And because it's their name and we don't like it, we're going to click on it multiple times to make sure we're not tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to like this. We're going to find reasons to like this album. We're trying to, because we're trying to like relive the nostalgia that you previously gave to us. But I think that Cardi B is going to flop on the sophomore album in the sense that it's not going to capture the people like Invasion of Privacy did. And I think she and the label know that, or have some kind of inclination that might be the case, or that sophomore album would have been out. We're talking 5+ years since we had a sophomore album from Cardi B off of the best performing female rap album of all time. We have people like Lil Baby, any of these other Ice Spice. When they catch a wave, the label's pushing them. next album, next album, next album. If you look at the singles that Cardi B had, she should have really just rolled the album right after WAP, right? Because after that, she's been putting out some singles and they haven't really been doing anything. They put all that money in bongos, that didn't really do anything. The music videos. The music video, we know what the music video do. But like,
we know what the music video is going to do.
But that's not the but the song ain't moving.
The kids ain't watching VH1 and MTV jams before they go to school.
Some shit was moving, but it wasn't the song.
It wasn't the song. Well, I was gonna say when it comes to like, dropping like the album, it's like the reason she didn't drop the album is strictly because like if they want to make money, the label knows they got to make money on tours and they can't do it right when WAP's in the middle of COVID. That's honestly the only reason. I think that's.
But it's been like, when did Invasion of Privacy come out? It's been forever since that came out. Like they have had all the time. If they wanted a sophomore album out, that came out in 2018. 2018. Like,
that was a good year.
Yeah, we're coming on 6 years since that's been dropped. Like, that's a long time. And they've been putting out singles. And let me tell you, if Bongos went stupid like it was supposed to do, if it was a baby WAP, that album would have been announced. Like, we would know that, or we would start seeing pictures of Cardi in the studio type shit. Like, they would be teasing that album already had that song did what it was supposed to do. Because you can't roll an album out off a weak single. You can't do that. And you can't roll an album out off the strength of WAP that came out 3 years ago. So I think that what was happening, and we know what Cardi B can do on a verse, but on a song herself carrying it for another album, I think the only way that this works, and I don't actually even know if this is the way that it works, but I know what they're going to do. They're going to throw a shit ton of money into this. You're probably going to hear some noticeable samples. You're going to hear all the features in the world are going to be on this album. It's going to be a money play, and that's why it's going to fail. Because when you do that, you lose the essence of the art. When you're just over here trying to create a hit, like, I'm going to use this formula to create a hit.
Use this formula?
You can't do that. Like, you just got to create art. You got to create music that you like. And when she was coming up, she sounded hungry. She was creating music that she liked. She was spitting shit that she wanted to get off her chest. I think that she is a little bit too far removed. And Nicki's a pro. Nicki's been there, done that. She's dropped multiple successful albums. She's been here around the block. Cool. So she, for her, is nothing. I can put out an album. You want an album from me? All right, let's go. I'm spitting bars right now. I'm calling everybody out. I don't give a fuck. Let's go. Cardi B, she can't even write her own shit. So I think that Nicki's. I mean, she don't. So I think Nicki's gonna have the bigger.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think honestly, when it comes to overall, like I said, I mean, this generation is tough. I don't think it's necessarily a hot take. I could definitely see the album flopping in a sense, not numbers wise, like you were saying, but like the simple reason that it's not going to hit the same way as like the one song that on that album that we already know, or the two songs, I guess, or the one that hit crazy, WAP, who had grasped some niggas by the ball and then took every girl's legs and somehow made them flexible and made everybody look like they had some jiggle in that shit. And I guarantee that song turned some girls out. Some girls that
1,000%.
They would somewhat call prude. That shit turned them out.
It was an excuse that they needed. And Cardi, if you're listening to this, if you have another one of those in the tuck, I take everything I said back. Because I would love for another one of those. The WAP might have been. WAP is the top 3 TikTok dance trend that has ever hit the wave. Like, anytime a chick was doing that, it was like, you just had to stop. You had to watch it.
I'm stopping. Like, and look, if you.
And how are they all good at it? That shit was crazy.
If for any other guys out there who are in relationships or still in the same relationship when that came out, and you were trying to play it off to your girlfriend, I hope you were honest with like, nah, dog, I'm watching this. Like, we could watch it together. Like,
yeah, we could watch it.
What am I? I'm not about to waste this phone, all the money we spend on this phone and the service and the Wi-Fi that I'm using or the data, whatever. So I think, yes, in a sense, there's a hypothetical. If Cardi's album hits the way it should, or they expect it to, right? Or it's expected to be, or was expected to be, she will have more of an impact on the current situation, youthfulness-wise, because of the impact she'll have on social media and the way she'll be able to touch base on that.
Yeah.
But in an overall impact, we know Nicki's always going to take the throne there. I hope Cardi doesn't flop for her sake. But then again, it doesn't matter if she fucking flops or not. Apparently she's single now too, so
yeah. So maybe what she could potentially do, being newly single and dropping an album, could negate everything I just said. Like, she could go crazy.
Or it could be the exact reason why it sucked, because we know Offset was bankrolling that shit at first too. Don't act like.
Yeah,
we know the music were bankrolling you. We know they were bankrolling you. That's the way she got in the game, bro.
That's
true.
She got in the
game, got her teeth fixed, put stuff in her body to make her look a certain way. Look, I ain't hating the game, bro. Look, I was telling my mom yesterday, dead serious. I said, me and Michael always preach this thing, bro. I said, bro, I don't care how you get your bread. I can't disrespect it. I can't disrespect it. Like, if I had the ability to do it and I didn't think it was out of my realm of morality, I'd do it.
I'd get my bread. I don't care what you thought about it.
Exactly, because I could be laughing to the bank just as happy as all hell.
You go ahead and feel morally, ethically whole in your fucking Honda Accord.
I'm out here in the Bentley.
I'll forgive for my sins to 40 years down the line while I'm driving this Maserati. All right, like we'll put that on the back burner.
Yeah, the Vaseline on the whatever Vaseline for the girls out there think you got to do what you got to do. The Vaseline that they got on the Taylor's knees, that's that Vaseline brand. That's that good stuff. That's what I heard. If you're not forced Aquaphor, the Aquaphor does hit different too, but that's typically for your lips, man.
Them dry, white, crusty knees are probably cracked and shit. Bloody ass.
Hey man, you and Travis can keep everything else to yourself. Travis, I don't know what you got yourself into either, bro. Maybe the Chiefs somehow will win the Super Bowl this year because of her. I don't even know. And if that happens, honestly, I might just turn off ESPN. I might turn it the fuck off. But that being said, when we talk about rappers, we obviously have one of my buddies here, his favorite, Kodak. But Kodak was recently just arrested again on drug charges.
Moment of silence for my nigga, bro.
Tell him to stop. Tell him to stop. I can't even give a moment of silence anymore. Like, I don't feel bad for these people. Like, sometimes I do, but then I'm like, dang, bro, they just don't even care at this point. They're just like, fuck it. Like, I might as well just do what I'm gonna do. But want to get, I guess that's more or less your initial thoughts on it. I don't know if you have anything else to kind of go off of just the initial thought of him getting arrested again.
Let's just set the whole thing up and we'll work off that.
Well, obviously, Kodak just recently got arrested again for drug charges. This isn't the first time, as we just mentioned, and unfortunately, I feel as if it will not be the last. But does the rap lifestyle, are we at a point now where they're glorifying it to a point where it's even more abundant in today's generation? So, like, all the up and coming rappers, people that are in the game now. Is it possible to be a successful rapper right now in the game, to come into the game brand new, that doesn't be, talking about doing a bunch of drugs and messing with guns and being a gangster or things like that in the current state of the music industry right now?
All right, so obviously that was a loaded question. So for the listener, we're going to break this down. But I wanted him to go ahead and set it up so we knew where the play was, right? So first of all, my thoughts on Kodak being, yeah, here we go. Oh, man. I love that dude. All right. So, first of all, we're going to go next to Kodak, right? Kodak, bro. Kodak, dog. Damn, dog. And, you know, the wild thing was, if I didn't fall asleep last week, and apparently Sterling did too, we would have the Apple Replay and Spotify Rap was going to be one of my topics. And number 2 on my Apple Replay was Kodak Black, just so you know. Number 1 was Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne has been in my top 5 every single year. I don't even know how it happens. I really just be streaming old shit. Like, I have a 3-month period where I just stream nothing but Wayne, but I digress. So, yeah, Kodak is my guy, right? That's my guy. To me, he's a Lil Wayne disciple. He's a product of Lil Wayne, and I see a lot of him in him.
Asian baby, bro.
Asian baby. But this man cannot stay out the fucking jail cell, bro. This man needs help, bro. And if anybody's seen any of his interviews from the past month or so, he looked like this was about to happen soon. And like, honestly, as bad as it sounds, it looked like it was either going to be that or he was going to be 6 feet under. Like, because he was talking crazy. This dude got on Insta Live after he got arrested and said, and he was pissed because they said he had cocaine on him. This boy said, I ain't have no cocaine on me. I'm not a tweaker. I was just doing meth. He said it was meth, not cocaine. I ain't no tweaker. I'm like, bro. Somebody check up on Kodak. Come on. Because in what world is the cocaine the tweaker and the meth is just like, nah, bro. I'm not even really out here like that. I was just doing meth, not cocaine. Like, why would you even put my name next to no cocaine? Like, he was really mad that they like would say that he would do cocaine. He was like, nah, bro, it was meth and perks. I was like, bro, he really is a gremlin, bro. That nigga's different.
Even though I knew it was fake.
Yeah, and he tried to fucking eat that shit. Niggas, anybody in here who get caught up with drugs, do not try to swallow that shit. That is the dumbest fucking thing you can do, bro. That's the, like, you basically just calling it quits, bro. Like, don't do that dumbass shit. Alright, but I don't know. I mean, I really do think this is bad for Kodak. Like, he's not. Donald Trump is not going to give him another pardon. Biden sure as hell not going to pardon him. He can't even fucking hold the pen long enough to sign that bitch off. So you know he's not about to give him a pardon. Like, Kodak really going to have to sit this one down for a minute. And I think it's good for him. I don't know what it would take to really get through his head, because every time he come out, those first couple years, he's really like on some different shit. You can hear it in the music. Like, he raps about different shit. He seems like he's motivated. But if you listen to the raps like I do, and personally, Parks, shout out to Parks on the Joe Budden podcast, he said it when he first heard this last album that came out. He was like, someone needs to reach out to Kodak because he needs help. Like, if you listen to those lyrics, that boy needs help, bro. He needs help. So that's my first thought on Kodak getting arrested, man. Like, it really does suck, because I know I'm not getting an album no time soon out this man, unless he need that bread and he start NBA Youngboy that shit and just dropping hella unreleased shit. I'm probably not getting no Kodak or no Drake Kodak collab that he been bitching about. So those are my initial thoughts.
I think that's just funny. I actually didn't know that's what he said on the Insta Live. That's funny as fuck. He thought meth won't.
He was like, I'm no tweaker. Get that shit straight. It was meth and Percocets, not cocaine.
Coke, bro. Coke is so. I just want to say this because it's funny, because I had a conversation with my parents about drugs like a while ago, just talking just in generalization. It was like, bro, like, honestly, like, I don't think anybody should have a problem with weed, right? And then I was like, well, when it comes to cocaine's so rampant at this point, like, it don't even matter. Like, it don't even matter where you're at. If somebody in that room, if you're in a room with more than 4 people, one of them motherfuckers is doing cocaine or is got it on them. Like, I'm telling you, it is just a normal thing. Get used to it. But I don't know about meth, motherfucker. I don't know about niggas pulling up to the fucking house party with meth on them. Like, hey, you gotta do some meth? trying to do some meth with a Franklin Saint type shit to the shout out crack epidemic. My boy.
Shout out the crack epidemic.
I ain't shouting you guys out in a minute. Needed you. But that being said, obviously, like, I know Kodak's one of your boys. He's like one of, Mike's been on Kodak for literally forever. I feel like. But that being said, I can't even like say anything to it because like it doesn't surprise me, unfortunately, with Kodak because he has that tendency to do so. And that's a really shitty. It sounds shitty the way it kind of comes out and me saying it like that. But like, there, people like that. Everybody has tendencies. Like we all have tendencies to do things just based on like kind of who we are and how we were raised. Tendencies doesn't mean we have to give in to them, right? Yeah. But like, we have those things we're always going to lean back on and be like, oh, like, yeah, this is how I'd like to do things or whatever. So, like I said, I don't really have any thoughts on it. I just think it's funny as fuck. This man really didn't think he was a tweaker, apparently. doing meth and perks. I'm going to just go ahead and tell you guys, bro, like, for any people out there that might even be underage listening to this, or anybody that's never even done drugs, period, I'm not saying I've done any drugs. I actually never done drugs in my life. I only drink alcohol. Never done anything else.
You were saying?
But for the kids out there listening, for anybody that listens, talk about it, please, for the love of God, if you're going to do a drug, the only drug you should be doing is the ones prescribed by your doctor. And even if it's prescribed by your doctor, like an opioid, honestly, try to refrain from it. And weed, like bud. And make sure you know where this bud is coming from. I do not condone anything else aside from that, me personally. Like, that's my personal opinion. People may disagree with me. That's fine. But that's my point there. And if you're going to do it, any drug that is illegal in the state that you are in, for the love of baby Jesus, don't
get a flight to Oregon.
Yeah, get a flight to Oregon, or don't do it in a place where you could get caught. Don't have it on you in a place you get caught. It's like, bro, imagine me pulling up to the club, right? You know, I pull up to the club. You know, I'm vibing. I had a little bit of drink in me. I'm having a good time with the people, the girls around. We having a good time. All my boys around me. We having a vibe, right? And then I just pull out a fucking 8-ball of cocaine, just like, yo, like, who's trying to do this? We in the fucking private booth, like, security guard looking like, what the fuck, dog? Honestly, they low key let you do whatever you want in the booth, like low key. They don't.
Yeah, you dropping like at least a stack. So
they don't give a fuck what you're doing in there.
Looking all over the place.
But and cops are everywhere. But it's like the same thing. If I put out a fucking like a bottle like from the doctor that he prescribed me, and I'm like, yo, they just passing these hoes out like this. Hey, you take a one, girl. Hey, you take a one. Put that shit on your tongue real quick. Let me see how you feel. Like, bro, what do you expect to happen?
She ain't even know
it. Jesus Christ.
Rose.
But that's my initial thoughts on it. I just want people to be smart. If you're gonna do them smart. Know where they're coming from, and don't do them like an idiot. Because everything is, honestly, most things are good in moderation. Most things are good in moderation. Most things are not good in excess.
Nothing's good in excess.
Nothing's good in excess. You are right. Nothing is good. Even water for the people out there. What about water?
You can die from drinking too much water.
Yes. By the way,
it would be a shit ton of water, but like still.
But that's my initial thoughts.
All right. But, let's get to that second portion then.
I was gonna hit on that actually because it's a perfect. Obviously, the segue is the way you line it up in here is a good segue. And the point is, can you be successful in this current state of the music industry if you're not talking about guns, drugs, or violence, or just in general, right? No. Just flat out. And the reasoning is, unfortunately, a lot of the people and a majority of the people that listen to this music that will like bump this shit. And Mike, you're a testament to it, right? Directly to it, me too. Like, you listen to some hood shit that you ain't never been through.
I got no clue what they talking about.
I saw this guy on the block had a strap in like, whoa. I don't know what he's talking about, but that shit goes hard. Like, I'm saying it's hard as fuck because I don't know what the hell it is. Some dude from the streets like, that's some pussy shit what he's talking about. Like,
niggas struggling in their rats, and I'm over here mad that my mom got the wrong pair of Nikes and shit.
Yeah, like, they're actually out here getting out the mud. And like, nah, man, like, you know, it's pretty cool. I went back home, played some basketball with my parents, or my dad, and like, he dunked on me. It was kind of funny. We laughed, went inside, had dinner. Like, I ain't seen my dad in 20 years. Like, he had to get milk. He never came back. He didn't even want to come back.
I came home. My mom was shooting up crack.
Yeah. But it's just like the reason is simply because of that. It's the fact that we unfortunately internalize those rappers and like put ourselves in those shoes because we never have had those experiences. And the majority of the people that listen to it, the people that die hard for them, you've seen the videos of the white kids in like the front row, like the Yeet concerts. Like, yeah, I don't think necessarily Yeet's been through like a crazy amount of stuff, but I don't know. But like, there's a video of a white kid singing every line. I'm like, I'm like, this dude ain't been through none of this shit. He's just screaming his heart out, lungs, everything. And granted, he could have been drunk, high, or off of something else. I don't know. Don't matter. That's what your audience is, and unfortunately, that's what plays for them. And I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why.
Yeah. So, I mean, I definitely hear you, right? Like, and like, I'm not saying you're wrong in any way because you're definitely correct in what you're saying, right? But I feel like there's got to be a way. You got people like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, and I think the greatest example is, you know, Kanye. Kanye, you know, came in the game like on some gospel shit. Like, he really did come in there, and his whole thing was that he's not on some rapping shit. I think really, like, because when it comes down to it, and you let me know if you're different. For me, I hear the beat before I listen to the lyrics. I fall in love with the beat first before I listen to it. I'll listen to a song I'll hear a new song, love it, listen to it 8 times in a row, couldn't tell you what they said once. Like, I'm just vibing to the beat. And then after that, now I'll take the time and like try to figure out what was this nigga really saying, right? So, basically, let's pause this real quick. I gotta take this dog out.
I know. He looked at you, say, look right at that door. He said, let's get the fuck out of here, man.
I'll be right back. So, essentially, and so here's the number one problem with everything being kind of tailored to that lifestyle, right? Is that the only way to create timeless, good music is you essentially have to live what you're saying. Like, there's got to be some emotion. Some feeling, some emotion towards it. Yo.
He is not happy today.
Yo, nigga, go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. You know you messing up the pod right now. That's working. Alright, so basically, like, you have to live that lifestyle, which is what Kodak is a product of. Sorry, listeners. You know, we're just going to have to power through this. He will stop. I promise you. So the number one thing is like you basically have to live these raps, right? And that's what Kodak is a product of. He's living the raps. And you can hear it in his music. And I was caught up with him. I feel like when you think of Kanye, you think about the music and the type of stuff that he made and how it went viral. Even Drake, to a sense, not this older Drake. Older Drake is on his, you know, mob ties, mafia boss shit. But when he first came out, he was really just a lover boy, hurt boy type R&B / rapper, right? And I feel like there's a way to make other shit cool. You just gotta be authentic. A lot of these people aren't even authentic. Like these rappers nowadays, they're all saying the same shit, but they're not really living that shit. And that's why the music's not hitting like that. Because you ain't really do that shit. You don't even really know what that shit feel like. If you rap about some shit that's authentic to you, then it'll work better. Look at Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow don't rap about no gangster shit. He really just rap about how he somewhat cool white dude who's allowed at the cookout. That's really what he be acting like, basically. That
is his vibe. I mean, I think I said it before on the pod, but about Future, when he literally talked about, I don't do none of these perks, I don't do none of this shit. Like, I just do it because people like it. Like, I don't do none of that mess. But I mean, Future had that. He was on that wave where he just, that was back in the day. But that being said, I think that unfortunately it's kind of deteriorated to the point, or infiltrated to the point now where it's like young rappers or young artists coming in the game feel as if they have to do that to get themselves into the space because they see the other rappers and that's the way that they're successful. And that's not the case. Like you said, Kanye came in on a different wave. Drake came in on a different wave. But unfortunately, in this day and age, everything is so highly publicized. Like, everything is done. Like, back then, it wasn't as easy to get the news as it is now. Like, I can figure out, like, when Shohei Ohtani, by the way, we got to talk about that when we talk about a little bit about the sports. But when Shohei Ohtani signed his contract, that was on 3 different fucking platforms on my phone immediately. Immediately, bro. Like, there's so many things that you would have missed. Nowadays, when you come up, like, even like Yeet coming up, Yeet still was like, even the stuff that was a little underground bled through to his more mainstream stuff. And it wasn't like it's either you're the same person or you're not, and then we're fucking with this music or not. So it's like these people are trying to create an image for themselves. So when they get there, it doesn't have to change at all. So like, oh, if he's like a rap gospel guy and he comes up in the gospel stuff that's not hitting and he starts rapping about guns and shit instead of gospel, it's like that shit's starting to hit. They'll be like, whoa, weren't you rapping about gospel shit like literally 3-6 months ago? Like, what the hell are you doing, bro? So I don't think you can genuinely be successful in this day and age. I think you give it a few more years, times will change a little bit more. It's possible, but especially with the Young Thug stuff now, even Young Thug about to be in jail for the rest of his entire life, and most of YSL up in that bitch too. Actually, I forgot. Not YSL and not Young Thug. That is Truly Humble Under God, or Young Truly Humble Under God. And I can't remember what YSL stands for, but it's something about Savior Leaders or something. I'm sorry. But that being said, it should honestly push you away from rapping about that type of stuff, seeing that, but you see the publicity that it gets, and you know that can get you to the top. Why would you not take that risk and do so, right?
And it's like you said, it's a big risk too. Like trying. I'm not saying that it's not hard, because trying to make something outside of that scope seem cool is extremely hard to do. And there's a reason why there's only a couple of them that are like big that are doing that. But it's an untapped lane, and I feel like whoever can successfully tap in that lane will hold the hearts of fans like none of these other rappers are doing. Because you're really tapping into. Because here's the thing: it's like you said, we're fascinated by this lifestyle that we've never lived before. But when Drake came out and he was rapping about girls like fucking him over. He can't like win with these girls. The reason why Drake took over everybody, all those hard-ass rappers, is because, we're fascinated about the lifestyle that we ain't never lived before, but this nigga Drake rapping about shit I can relate to. I feel this nigga like I rap, like you rap this shit and you're playing scenes in your head that remind you of like, oh, I remember when I was fucking this bitch trying to play me, but wait until I get this promotion. Wait till I get this annual 3.5% increase in my pay. Then I'll show this bitch. No. So there's definitely a lane that can be tapped into, but like you said, I mostly agree with you. It is extremely hard to do that. I don't really know if many people are cut out for it, because a lot of these rappers nowadays are just chasing a bag, to be honest. They ain't even really like love the rap game. They just love the lifestyle. So
yeah, it's the money, the lifestyle. I mean, for the people that are in tough positions, I mean, why not chase it? I can't be mad at you for it. I can't, like I said, I'm not going to, we aren't going to bog you down for getting your bread, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is. But with that being said, when we talk about guns, gangs, all types of things like that, we got to talk about Texas. And when we talk about Texas, unfortunately, we got to talk about the Cowboys.
Okay. I'll take it away from here, Stone. You did a good job. That was, I mean, honestly, if you wanted to go use the bathroom or whatever, I got it from right here. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I like to call the Cowboys segment of the podcast. Remember, we used to do Black React. Well, we're going to have to change that to not during the Cowboys segment. You know better than that, Battle. We talking Cowboys. So, funny thing is, Sterling texted me right before the game. I'm going to read this text to you guys real quick. So you know I'm not capping. Because I really stand by the shit I be saying out here. Sterling, Sunday, 1:54 p.m. Okay, so the Eagles got smacked last week. Does that mean that your boys are going to beat them the same way at home? My response. No, oh man, this is going to be a good one. We really got to fight it to the end. Oh, no, I mean, the Eagles might be the better team, but, we're going to give them our best shot. No, I'm really hoping that we pull one out. No. Because when I'm 10 toes down, when I'm standing on both feet, I stand on that shit. I really stand on business. Niggas out here just saying that shit. I stand on business when it's about this Cowboy shit. Don't play with me. I've been around the block. I was sticking my chest out during the Romo days when we were going 8-0. You 8-8, you really can't fuck with me. Like, that's what people don't understand. You really can't fuck with me. Like, I was really out here talking shit with the 8-8 Tony Romo Cowboys. I'm built different. Okay. I responded, light work, basically a bye week. This nigga laughed. I didn't even respond back to that. Ain't shit funny. What? I might not even watch this game. This is a bye week. There ain't no game to watch on a regular bye week, right? Why should I watch this one? Sunday, 11:32 p.m. when we won, what was it, 33-13? Should have been 33-6. They got that bogus fumble recovery, but whatever. 33-16, bye week, check. Cowboys, still undefeated during the bye week, ladies and gentlemen. And we will continue to do so. The Cowboys will honestly win out the regular season. I don't see who can beat us. The Bills aren't beating us. Josh Allen's booty cheeks. I'm tired of everyone saying Josh Allen the top 3 quarterback.
Oh, they beat the Chiefs this week, bro.
Booty cheeks. We got robbed of the Travis Kelce, one of the greatest plays we've ever seen. They didn't get robbed, but still. They didn't get robbed. Still, that play was fucking sick. That was sick. That was Reggie Bush fucking USC crazy ass shit in the NFL to win the game. That was crazy. Josh Allen and the boys, they can't hang with us. Because like I just said, Sterling, I stand on business. And when I'm really 10 feet down, we not the Chiefs. We break them Chiefs off. We fucking them Chiefs up. The Chiefs don't want to see us, bro.
Yeah, Chiefs.
They don't want to see us, bro. The only team that want to see us is the 49ers. And I'm here to tell you right now, I don't know if we'll win that game, but that one's going to be close. I can't be all the way 10 toes down on that one, but that one's going to be close.
They'll be a tough one. Well, I will say, man, you guys did show up. You guys didn't look bad or didn't look amazing. I think you guys looked exactly where you're at the caliber. I think the Eagles played down.
The Eagles didn't look their best because they weren't supposed to be on that field with us. If you really watch that first game, this is no cap. If you really watch that first game, we worked them niggas. We lost that game fair and square. It's an L's and L's and L. I understand that. But if you watch that with your two eyes, there is not a period in that game where you felt like the Eagles were the better team on that field. They came out with a win.
And unfortunately, what it's going to come down to, and that's why I'm excited for the playoffs to come this year, because like we said it, we sat there and said, or I said it, and I think I'm sure you agree with me. We probably reiterated it. Like at the beginning of the season, I said this to be one of the best NFL seasons we have had in years, and I still will stand on that. To speak of the NFL, I don't want to get you off the Cowboys. You can talk about the Cowboys as much as you want here in a second. But to continue to speak about the NFL, we have mentioned something about Brock Purdy in the MVP conversation right now. Apparently, he's like number 2, number 3 in the MVP conversation. We need to get that shit the fuck out of here, bro. I'm tired of that shit. That's bullshit. He got fucking Debo. He got Debo motherfucking Samuel, who is unstoppable right now. Literally cannot guard this man on any plane. Running.
He's throwing 5-yard passes to Debo Samuel, screens to Christian McCaffrey, and they taking it 70 yards.
I mean, he's got 2 of the best utility players in the game on his team. In the game. And one of the best offensive lines in the game.
And that's not even considering Brandon Ayuk or George Kittle.
Bro, he's literally got all the weapons at his disposal. I'm not trying to say Brock Purdy's not a good quarterback. I'm not saying that. He ain't MVP caliber. That's just what it is, my guy. It's just not what it is. I wanted to put that out there because it is not fair to the other fellows in the MVP race. It is not fair at all whatsoever. Because
I'm actually glad that you put that out there because it's a great segue to talk about how Dak Prescott is running away with the MVP right now. Well,
it is right now.
Who is it? Who's
now.
out there? There's no one else out there. Your best argument is Tyreek.
Tyreek. And he went down with the little ankle injury, which we don't like to see.
And the Miami Dolphins lost. The best argument is Tyreek. I don't want to hear Brock Purdy for all the reasons that you just eloquently proposed to the whole audience. I don't want to hear about Lamar, and I love Lamar, and he's having a good season. But he's not doing what Dak's doing right now. I don't want to hear about anybody but fucking Dak.
I think the only person. I think there's a way. See, they're not talking about Lamar because Lamar's playing the AFC North right now. Is it? Yeah, AFC North. And even though the AFC North is still extremely strong, bro, like a well-rounded division, the Redskins or the Commanders still fucking suck. The Giants are finding a way to win with Tommy DeVito. Shout out Tommy DeVito, by the way. Like, that is a cool-ass story. I hope that all works out for them because that's a really, really, really fucking
cool. I do, too. I hope they sign him so I know I'll never have to be worried about the motherfucking Giants because they got Daniel Jones and Tommy DeVito. Giants, rap.
Hey,
it's a cool story. He's Jeremy Lin, essentially.
Jesus. No, don't do him like that.
3 games. Oh, but what did he look like when he played us? I digress. Move on. What were you saying?
But either way, I think it's an amazing time in the NFL. Super excited. Cowboys look good this past weekend. The 49ers, once again, showing why they're, the supposed best team in the NFL and the Super Bowl favorites. Actually, I don't even think they're technically still the Super Bowl favorites right now. I think they are by a little bit. And they still are.
They should be.
Cowboys. They should be. But they're not, it's not as substantial as it really should be because for a while it was obviously the Eagles, 49ers, and then you had, you had your contenders like the Chiefs, like the Ravens, like the Cowboys, like whatever. I think there's 6 legitimate contenders to win the Super Bowl this year, in my opinion. But that all comes up.
I think that there's 4, 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's a healthy number. Usually it's like 3. Let's just be honest. Usually it's like 3 people in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
exactly. You're gonna have 2 AFCs or 2 NFCs, and I think NFC has the bulk of the Super Bowl contenders or the actual winners this year. AFC wise, I mean,
whoever comes out the NFC will win the Super Bowl. In my opinion.
I have a really high. I have a very. You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see for your sake because I think I would really enjoy watching the game. I mean, it won't happen. I'd love to see
Cowboys-Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens-Cowboys. I feel that'd be such a fun football game to watch. Regardless of whoever wins. Because, for me, I would want Lamar to win. And I wouldn't be upset if the Cowboys won either. But I just like it's a cool dynamic. You know what I'm saying? A cool dynamic. Two quarterbacks I like actually kind of like. They're cool, like vibey, good defenses, like explosive players. It's everything you want in the biggest game of the year.
You know what? But here's my thing though. Everybody you really want the Cowboys to win. You want to know why you really want the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl? Everybody listening to this wants the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl, and they don't even know that they want that. Do you know how epic that would be? Like, everything that comes after the Cowboys winning, that's the biggest storyline in sports since we've been alive, probably. Cowboys win the Super Bowl.
They haven't won since you were alive.
I know. I'm saying if they win the Super Bowl, and I'm calling it here. Cowboys in the Super Bowl is the most watched Super Bowl of all time by a landslide.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Cowboys win the Super Bowl. It's on some World Cup shit.
Who's the halftime this year? They didn't announce it yet. I can't remember.
Usher.
Oh yeah, we did talk about it.
And it's the first time in Vegas.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, it would be great for.
Go ahead. Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Get your DraftKings stock. Get your MGM stock. Go ahead. Gambling's gonna be out the roof.
Well, you go and put some bread down now, and you can make a killing, like a dummy killing. Just even if you lose technically, you'll still come out all right. But yeah, that being said, super excited for the remainder of the season. Super excited for the playoffs. It's gonna be a fucking awesome January. January is gonna be. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun. I can't wait. It's gonna be a good start of the year, dude. It's gonna be a great start of the year. And then lastly, talk about sports. Like I mentioned earlier, we gotta talk about Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani signing a historic contract, $700 million, 10 years. But let me go and put this out there for the people that don't care about baseball at all and don't understand who Shohei Ohtani is. I'm gonna be really plain and simple here. I'm sure people I'm gonna tune out of this. Just listen to it for 2 seconds. He is the best player that's ever played baseball. Period. And the reason I'll tell you why is he is one of the best hitters to ever walk the earth. He probably is the best hitter to ever walk the earth. And he is a once in a generation pitching talent. Who's getting Tommy John is going to come back even stronger. And that being said, the $70 million a year he would get for the LA Dodgers, he deferred to get $2 million a year until 2034. So they could keep spending on the payroll so they could freaking win. I said that is badass.
Isn't it like the last year he's getting like $682 million?
It's dumb. It's something stupid, bro. He's getting something dumb. Yeah, he gets like $682 million in 1 year.
That's crazy. No, that's wild, and that's like a game changing. I don't advise anyone to do what he did. You know that I'm not doing that. I will be generous and make sure that there's money to work with. But y'all gonna have to figure out how to make some shit work where I don't have to get paid $2 million a year. Like that's not gonna fly, yo. I'm not gonna be out here really killing shit on some GOAT type shit. And this bum ass nigga on the bench is really making more. He's pulling up, making more, feeling better about his life than me. Hell nah. Nobody on that bench with me should feel as good as I feel. If I walk in that building and someone's smiling bigger than I'm smiling, I'm like, nah, they're not paying me enough. They not paying me enough. There ain't no reason why this nigga should be smiling bigger than me right now. They ain't not paying me enough.
Two things I wanted to point out here. One, they were talking about this and say California is smiling. The state of California is smiling right now because that's $35 million in taxes every single year they would get from. Obviously, not the same now because he deferred $2 million. But secondly, they did the math on if it wasn't taxed, right? $70 million a year. He would be making $2.12, or he'd be making $2.12 a second.
Yeah.
And I think it equated to he was going to make like almost somewhere around $100-something thousand a game.
Yeah,
I just want y'all to put that in perspective. He has the largest sports talk in any major sport ever. Ever, bro. The closest contract to him is Patrick Mahomes, I think, at $540 million.
Yeah, 10 years, 500 million.
Do y'all know the gap between 560 to 700, bro? That's $140 million. You give me $140 million right now, I'll never speak again.
Well, I mean, the soccer niggas are definitely making more than he is, but in terms of like major American sports, he's definitely leading that race. You know, they just offer what's that light skinned clean cut nigga Mbappe is $700 million for one season. So
Mbappe.
I don't know his fucking name, bro.
The Euro right now is stronger than than the dollar. So
I don't care what you want to peg that number to, $700 million in 1 year of whatever currency you got. That's just, that's nutty.
I just wanted to put that out there, man.
That's insane, and that's like a game changer. And where I'm really excited is while we're on contracts, as far as contracts go. When the new basketball deal gets signed, when the new commercial deal and the new wave of money comes in, I'm here to tell you, those will be the best contracts in America for sports. Your kids need to be playing basketball. I'm telling you that right now. Your kids, if they're playing sports and they want to be famous, you need to tell them you need to be a basketball player. Because these niggas are going to make fully guaranteed contracts, $70 million a year, for 5 years, which, in my opinion, 4 or 5 year deals is better than was those long 10-year deals, because you get to come back to the table and progress that further. Every single NBA superstar that comes in after that new deal is done and does a full career will leave billionaires. Every single one of them. That shit is insane. There's going to come a time where niggas on the court are billionaires. We're already seeing it with LeBron. LeBron's out there, like, we're literally watching a billionaire go out there and hoop. Like, really think about that. He don't have to do that shit. Like, imagine trying to convince a billionaire to go out there and fucking hoop. Like, that's crazy.
I'm thinking it like this, bro. Think about it like this. Remember when they used to say black folks were the most impoverished race? They were this, that, and the other. They are about to be the bulk of billionaires in the next 10 to 15. The bulk. Like a large majority.
Yep. So, they might not have, and even though we're the bulk majority of individual billionaires, we might not have the biggest amount of wealth. So don't misunderstand what he's saying, because there will be less white billionaires, but they capital B's. Billions. Yeah, they got 3, 2, 100 of them B's. They done been the billionaire shit. They've been there, done that. But as far as individual billionaires, that's 100% facts. If you look at if you just look at the landscape of what's really driving America, niggas don't understand this. Black culture is driving America, and it always has. Niggas don't understand this. I'm going to take it another level. Black culture is not only driving America, and it always has. Black culture drives the world, and it always has. Everything derives from black culture. If you think your culture is dope, it's not doper than black culture. I'm sorry. Everything you got came from us. Y'all all try to look like us. We make shit hot, and then it's commercialized, and we don't reap the benefits of it. But now we're starting to get into powerful rooms. We're starting to learn those conversations. We're starting to move in different situations. And even though right now we're gonna have a bunch of 1 billion, 2 billionaires, as they start having babies and whatnot, we gonna really that shit's gonna look different, bro. That shit's gonna look really different. It's gonna look really different.
And speaking of billionaires, brings us to our last topic here. It'll probably be pretty brief, but Mike sent this over by some Twitter or X formerly Twitter user. And it was like, pick one, and it's 5 options here. And I think, 3 out of 5 of these people, I think in reality, Kanye used to be a billionaire, but I still think he's got billions worth of stuff elsewhere. Got 5 options here, right? I'm going to read them out. I'm going to choose mine off the top because I read them beforehand and I already know exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm sure you kind of have an idea as well. And I want everybody in the comments, in the comments on YouTube, and then even on the socials, anywhere. Let us know what you guys would do,
and why,
and why too, because I'm definitely gonna have an explanation. My explanation is confusing, but pick one. It's dinner with Jay-Z, smoke a blunt or 2 with Snoop, party with Drake, hit the studio with Kanye, or have a drink, or just drink in general with Diddy. I'm gonna go ahead and say
I'm not doing off rip.
I ain't smoking no blunt with Snoop, bro. I can't. And I'm not going to the studio.
I'm talking about Diddy, bro. Ain't nobody about to take no drink with Diddy. Ain't nobody about to take that. Nah, ain't. Hell nah, bro. Yeah, I'm not getting near no pool with Diddy. I'm not doing none of that shit with Diddy. Diddy can't come around me with no glass in his hand, my nigga. If you come around me, I need lawyers, cameras. We sitting down here, we gonna talk, we have a formal conversation.
But yeah, I watched it smoking a blunt with Snoop too. I mean, I definitely think if I could physically handle it, I probably would. I don't think most people could handle smoking a blunt, let alone multiple blunts with Snoop Dogg. My choice would be, I think it's a pretty obvious one at this point. I'm partying with motherfucking Drake, bro.
It's the easiest one, bro.
You ain't gonna tell me right now, like, if I sat here and said, if Drake just for some reason was like, yo, you trying to come to like Toronto and like hang out with me, and you know what I'm saying? On some with some things and shit, you know? Okay. Like, and he gonna do his little accent and do whatever, and like, I'm gonna be around
some things legs back in.
Yeah. I'm going to be around some of the finest women I've ever even been in arms with link up in my entire life. And they're going to fuck with me because I'm with Drizzy, bro. They're going to fuck with me because I'm with Drizzy. I'm going to get drinks for free. I get to lay up and do whatever for free. I can get if I want to do drugs, I can get any drug I want for free. Anything. I get whatever I want. I'm spending Drizzy's money. I don't know if you heard the story about Drizzy when he was at the club one time. One guy, like, I can't remember who was telling the story. He was talking about, he realized that Drake was really rich, like he really rich. Some guy was in the club, and like Drake said, like he was about to leave the strip club, and he was like, yeah, like I just threw. He was telling this guy who was telling the story, he's like, I just threw a couple, like a light 100K, like nothing crazy, and he said, no, that guy in the back's like throwing his ones, make it seem like he threw all that money. No. And so he goes back and throws another like dummy amount of bread to let them know that it was his money that they're taking and putting in their bras and, you know, and their shits. And I'm like, you telling me I ain't gonna hang out with a nigga like that? And he invited me to come to a party and with the teams too? There's no game involved. I'm just there. They gotta do something. They're gonna do something. Like, they are not. Yes, they want Drizzy, but I'd be like, oh, I'm part of his entourage. Like, I'm a new guy. Like, you get with me first, and Drizzy be like, yeah, you gotta get with him before you get with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like they'll use you as the gateway, and we're perfectly fine being used.
I mean, it's the easiest shit. I tell you right now, I'm not having dinner with Jay-Z either. I don't give a fuck what Jay-Z serving my shit, because I know Beyonce can't fucking cook. No offense, Beyonce. And I don't want to sit down and look at your big lip, old head ass and talk about some bullshit. I like you, Jay-Z. I like you, but I don't want to sit there and have dinner with you. If I could just sit there and hang out with Snoop while he was smoking a blunt, that'd be chill.
I know damn well Jay-Z can't hold a conversation for shit.
Nah, like, yeah, man.
That's the most boring conversation ever. Look, I'm right there with you, Sterling. I'm partying with Drake, but I'm going to do it I had a whole different thought process, a whole different perspective. When you look at the list, right, here on this podcast, what do we always call everybody listening? 1% niggas. If you were trying and you were a, aspiring 1% nigga, and you were looking for a break to elevate yourself and you had these options, where could you elevate yourself to the 1% niggas? Like, I'm going to here tell you right now, there's not much you can say during a dinner with Jay-Z that's going to convince him to, put you in a situation. He's not going to tell you no fucking secret juice. There ain't no secret juice. There ain't no secret sauce, nigga. Get up and go do something. That's what he's going to tell your dumbass. He's going to tell your dumbass you should have took the $500K, right? Smoke a blunt with Snoop. I'm going to be couch locked. I ain't finna say shit. Snoop not finna say shit. We gonna be high as shit looking at his smokeless fucking smoker that he just, that little smokeless little oven baked shit, whatever you got that just out there. That's what we gonna be doing. We gonna be talking about shit, or we gonna be looking at each other like, damn, bro. I'm high as shit right now. Or at least I'm gonna be saying that. He probably gonna be mad straight, like, I'm gonna be fucking out of it. I'm gonna be out of it.
You be like,
I already told you I'm not having no drink with Diddy. There's nothing that's gonna go on with Diddy, nah. Because if I want to be a 1% nigga fucking with Diddy, you gonna have to fuck with Diddy, if you know what I'm talking about. And niggas don't want to be 1% that bad. Hey, 5% cool, 10% strizzy. That's up there. That's up there. So I don't want to be 1% that bad. So when I'm looking at the list, partying with Drake, that is your best opportunity to create a connection and become a 1% nigga. Because here's the thing. That's the only, in the studio with Kanye, that would be really cool, but, you're not getting anywhere with Kanye. You just be witnessing some dope ass shit, but you probably witnessing some shit that's never gonna come out because we know how Kanye does. So
you probably witness a fucking mental breakdown in the midst of that shit.
Yeah. That's why, yeah. You don't want that. You just get some FaceTimes from Kim K fucking crying and bitching about how North thinks she's a shitty mom. But I digress. So when I think about partying with Drake, think about what's going on there. So not only one, that one right there is going to break the ice more than any of the other options. Like, you actually have an opportunity to be cool with Drake. He'll either fuck with you, or he'll know he don't like you. Because you either not gonna vibe or you really gonna vibe. But you have a chance to really kind of create a friendship over partying. Like, you can become friends with somebody over partying one night. All it takes is one night to party with a nigga, drinking, anything. Like, you can become friends with somebody and that could be your boy for life, right? So you can fucking claim that, right? Not only that, you're gonna be in the club. So everything like Sterling said, the perks of having the girls and whatnot, that stays with you, my boy. You're not with Drake for the night. You don't need Drake beside you anymore. Those same bitches know that you were with Drake. And if you smart and you got that flash on, because me and Sterling, we some niggas, and we gonna be in that dark ass club, we gonna need a flash on beside that light skinned ass nigga. You got that flash on, that lives on forever. I was in the club party. I'm a nigga with the club. You ain't even gotta you can be so corny with it. Just walk up to the bitch and be like, hey, this me partying with Drake, so what we finna do? And it's gonna work, because they really just be giving it up out here. So if you one of them, they just give it up like that. So you get all of that. But like I'm saying, there's gonna be other people at the club. People are gonna see you associated with it. You can make connections. That is by far the most fun time that you're going to have out of any of the other options, and your best bet to build connections that will last a lifetime, that will get you indoors that you never had. The dinner's not going to do that. The studio's not going to do that. Unless you're trying to bend it over for Diddy, that's not going to do that. Smoking that blunt with Snoop, not going to do that. Snoop might tell you all the gold. He might tell you all the gold. So there's this guy named Jeff in the Illuminati. I'm going to give you his phone number. You text him and you get it for good. Your ass so high, you don't even remember that shit. You're over here like, man, fuck that Snoop. Fuck Snoop, bro. He ain't tell me shit. While the whole time he was giving it up. And you just over here high as fuck, staring at the fucking Roku screensaver on the TV.
Waiting for the shit to hit the corner. Waiting for the shit to hit the corner of the shit. But nah, bro. I mean, it's a fact. And I'm thinking of it like this. You made a great point. It's like, Drake doesn't just party with just him, unless it's his birthday, right? His birthday. But even for his birthday, people pull up for it like crazy. That shit was wild. I still to this day can't believe that shit.
Rolexes as the fucking little toy machine thing, the claw thing you just pick up. That's some OD shit, bro.
That, I mean, if you're talking about 1%, that's like 0.01% type nigga, bro. Like, look, I'm a generous dude if I got it like that, but I ain't that generous, bro. I ain't that generous.
Guess I ain't never got it like that either. Like, I don't care what I got. To me, it'll never be like that, where I just got a fucking Rolex for a nigga who can pick it up with a claw. I don't even care if that game impossible. I'm not even gonna let you think I'm about to give your ass a Rolex.
Nah, come up when they're trying to be a jack man, bro. Grab all that shit. Let me get the fuck out of it. Sell that shit on the street. Boom. That's an easy little thing. Best believe if I was strung out for some money, best believe I'd be in that bitch doing it too.
Oh,
and he probably killed me after the fact that he found out who I was. So he a capo. He be capping niggas. But he gonna be hanging around a bunch of other people. I'm thinking it's fucked up and funny as fuck. Cause like I was like, oh, Bad Bunny might be there, but then I was like, oh, maybe Pitbull will be there. I was like, fuck, why would I care if Pitbull fucking there?
Pitbull out here. You know he's Mr. Worldwide, right?
but I like immediately thought of him after Bad Bunny because they're both Hispanic rappers and from Hispanic descent, and I think they're both Puerto Rican. I want to say, but I actually Pitbull's Cuban, I think. But either way, nah, bro. Like it don't make no sense. Like studio with Kanye, I mean, like you said, it'd be cool, but like I might witness a real life mental breakdown in that bitch. Like he might start tweaking out on some shit, like, and I ain't there for it. Like, look,
man, you be on so wild. And if you've ever been in the studio, bro, like listening to a song create is cool and whatnot, but like the mixing process really be and then they rewind that bitch, and then it just a loop on that one. It's like, damn, bro, I done heard this. And they'll be on that bitch for like 15 minutes just playing that one shit. That shit could be hella annoying. I can imagine.
Kanye.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say, I don't know if you heard that most recent Vulture song with him, Ty Dolla $ign, and that other random nigga.
Yeah.
On the track, it kind of was hard, low key. I kind of fuck with it, but
I fuck with it.
But he said he don't remember what he did last night. He got Alzheimer's, bro. He could be tweaking out on my shit in the studio, and he don't go remember it the next day, bro. He cannot remember what he was doing. I'm like, yo, yay, like, do you remember seeing me last night? Nah, who the fuck are you, bro? Bro, like, you beat me up. Like,
you beat me up. This nigga Kanye will be chatting and shit, and Kanye just be like, yo, fuck Jews. And you be looking at him mad crazy, be like, nah, that's chill, bro. I fuck the Jewish bitch. Like, it's not even like that. I'd be like, oh.
It's not even like that. I fuck a Jewish bitch.
I guess that makes sense. You know? Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Like, yeah.
Sure, I guess, bro.
It's not like that, bro. I fucked a Jewish chick last week. Like, it's straight. I can say that shit.
That's like white girls fucking a black. Like, I'm racist.
Yeah, I can say nigga. Like, oh no, that's crazy. No, but obviously Drake was the best choice. But and we like we said, we really just want to hear what the fuck do y'all think, because maybe y'all have a different way of thinking about it. I mean, I think it's the easy one. Sterling thought it was the easy one, but it's fun. So we really want to hear what y'all think. So leave a comment down below. Let us know. Like we said, towards the end of the year, we're going to come with our 4 goals. 4 goals. We're going to have to hold ourselves accountable. And I don't know how we want to do it, Sterling, but we can really make it interesting and like really hold ourselves accountable. We can even do weekly updates on our Instagram stories. Follow us on Instagram, Mike_Bynum. I don't know Sterling shit off the top of my head. I'm
don't worry about people. Just type Sterling Reid 04, bro. That's all you need to do.
Just type in Sterling Reid 04. Follow us and look out for that kind of stuff. We're gonna be doing that. All right, but. That is it for today. It was episode 35. Thank you for listening. For all the fellas out there listening, listen, they only want a 1% nigga. So you need a party with Drake. Or, if you 1% and you swing like this, you could bend it over for Diddy. There's options. All I'm saying, there's options. There's options out there. Yeah, I don't want to hear no excuses why you ain't a 1% nigga. You can party with Drake, you can bend it over for dick. I don't know which one you want to do, but there's options out there, all right? For the ladies out there listening, listen. He don't want you, sweetie. You need to move on. Please move on. He does not want you. He is watching fucking the Water music video with Tyler going crazy right now. He might be watching Lana the Plug and Adam 22 and the Lil D collab going nuts in the bathroom right now. He ain't thinking about your ass. I'm telling you, he don't want you. So move on, sweetie. But it's okay because you're still beautiful and powerful and will always love you. It's the After Dark podcast. Until next time.